Hi everyone, welcome to the third video in this new series called Easy Ways to Fill a Sketchbook, where we use letters from the alphabets to get ideas on subjects you can draw. That strange noise that you just heard, that's from my daughter again. Yes, it's actually kind of difficult to record any videos these few days with her around due to the quarantine situation. Having said that, this project is one where you can not only do it on your own, you can also invite your kids along to draw together. So some of you have asked me where you can share your sketches. You can actually share them online on Instagram or on Twitter using the hashtag, which I'm going to write down at the corner here, azsketchbook. So you can use this hashtag and tag it to your sketches on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or even YouTube. For example, this is the sketch that I have drawn yesterday for the letter B, and I have shared that on Instagram, and I have this description here. You just have to write your description and add the hashtag behind. So this way, when you do a search on any of the social media platforms for this hashtag, you will be able to see all the sketches drawn by other people. So for this video, we're going to draw something or some things that start with the letter C. There are actually many websites online that have this whole list of things that start with certain letters. So you can draw animals, you can draw objects, names of places, or you can draw singers or actors with their names starting with letter C. I'll be drawing cars today because that's the first word that comes to my mind. When I did a keyword search on cars and old cars, these are the search results that I got. So we have a huge variety of cars we can sketch. Cars are fun to draw, but they can be quite challenging as well because there are a lot of lines, a lot of curves, and many of these cars are in perspective. So the tip to drawing cars is to don't think about it as you're drawing cars. Think about the lines that you're drawing, where the lines are going to start, where the lines are going to end. What are the angles for the lines? The thing is, every one of us, we have a mental image of how a car would look like. But if you were to draw based on that mental image that you have, based on the memory of a car that you have, that car is not going to look right unless you are a car designer. So for me, when I'm drawing cars, I use reference photos to help me draw basically what I see. So for the cars that I'm drawing today, I will be varying the sizes. So for some of the cars, I'll be drawing them a bit bigger with more details, but for other cars, I will be drawing them small without much details. So the challenge there will be to simplify the details. Basically, don't draw everything that you see. Here's another tip. Draw the big shapes first, the big shapes that contribute to the physical form of the car, and then fill in the details. When you run out of space to fill in the details, you can leave those details out. So that's how I usually simplify my drawings. Another way that I simplify my drawings is to tell myself to draw with as few lines as possible. So when I think of it this way, I will only draw the important lines that contribute to the form of the cars in this case. Notice how this car is in perspective. So when I draw the tires, I have to think of where the tires are in relation to the other elements that I have already drawn. So for example, with this particular sketch, I'm going to draw the top of the car first. And then when I am drawing the bottom of the car, when I draw that part, the cutout for the wheel, I will use the top as some positioning tool to help me decide where to draw the cutout for the wheels. In this case, the second wheel, the wheel that is at the rear, it's below the second window. But for the wheel that's in front, you notice that that wheel is actually not beneath the window, it's actually about one wheel in front of the window. So when I'm drawing things like this, I think of positioning, where is there something that I'm drawing in relation to other things that I have already drawn. Regardless of the subject that you are drawing, if you are drawing a single subject, in this case I'm drawing cars, try to choose photographs that show different angles, different perspective. So you can draw the front of the car, you can draw the back, you can draw the side, you can draw a 3/4 view, you can draw the top of the car, you can draw a car in wide aspect perspective, you can draw a car without a lot of perspective. You can even draw toy cars, big cars, small cars, cars with a lot of details, cars without details. Choose reference photos that show you something different so that you don't have to draw the same thing every time. So in this case, for this particular car, this was taken with an extreme wide angle lens. So the part of the car that is closer to the camera, it's going to be very big, while the part that is away from the camera, like that wheel in the background, that's going to be way smaller compared to the wheel that is just in front of the camera. So this is what I have so far. Drawing cars is actually a really good practice because it really helps to hone your observation skills. Alright, it's time to color the sketch. This part is really simple because I'm just going to be painting using colors from the color wheel: yellow, orange, red, violet, purple, blue, green, and maybe black. The colors that I'm using to paint these cars are lemon yellow, Hansai yellow medium, pyro red, rose madder, French ultramarine, phthalo blue. I think there's olive green as well, and a brown that I don't know exactly what's the name of that brown. But the brown is for mixing the shadows. So coloring, it's pretty straightforward. It's just simple flat washes. I'm actually quite pleased with this sketch because the colors are very vibrant. I tried to use the colors straight from the pen without much mixing. For the secondary colors, again, I tried to let the colors mix on the paper rather than mix them completely on the palette so that the colors can blend nicely and you can still see the individual colors that are used to create the mix. So the challenge here is really, as mentioned earlier, to observe the angles and draw them accurately. By the way, I have no idea what the models of these cars are. These are just random cars that I found online. Oh, one thing about the shadows of the cars is usually those shadows beneath the car, they are close to black. If you look at cars in real life, cars on the road, those shadows beneath them, they are usually black in color. As much as possible, I try to use a very limited color scheme to make things simple. So I don't have to think too much about color mixing. So that's it for this letter C. Remember to share your sketches with this hashtag azsketchbook so that you can also see what others have drawn. And at the end of the 26 days, you will have a very wonderful sketchbook, and you may even notice that you have gotten better at drawing. Alright, thanks for drawing. See you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.